Ambos. Y para que pues que tinggal saya pilih suri pilih Espíritu Santo potente kami que
Okay. Anyay turanya kuna.
Thank you. Otro día. Ahí nomás, ¿no?
Ahí nomás.
Gracias.
Aloha.
Aloha, Panay. Aloha.
Mama Isabella.
Chao, chao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ya está con la...
Okay. So thank you guys for coming. This is our beautiful Sunday Sami services today with Karin Sonqo, who is going to tell us all about QAWAY from the point of view, the knowledge of her family, her grandfather, Papa Don Humberto Sonqo Q'espi, and her grandmother, Doña Bernardina. Okay, Karinita. You're muted, Freddie. Karina, you're muted.
Karinita, mamá linda, ki micrófono kichanay kichis, chaymanta mami, presente ka mi mama, mayman hamun kipis, ay kawatay kilipichanda mama. English up, English up.
Yeah. Hello everybody. My name is Karin Sonqo Q'espi. I am 21 years old. I am from Queros, Anexo Charcapata. Eso no.
Okay, good enough. Muchas gracias, Karinita. Ahora puedes hablar en quechua o en español para yo traducirte. Dinos de qué vas a hablar y todo. Ya puedes comenzar.
En esta oportunidad, hermanos y hermanas, voy a hablar sobre el QAWAY.
Okay, at this
Yes.
opportunity, my brothers and sisters, I will speak about the QAWAY or the coca leaf reading. Elizabeth, can you put me as a co-host so I can share the documents that she prepared for us?
Absolutely, Fredicito. There we go.
Wonderful.
Sigue.
Awesome. Miss Paja Panayay. Can everybody see that? Okay, okay, Karinita. Me dices en cuanto quieras que cambie.
El siguiente diapositiva.
École.
Como les decía, ahora voy a hablar sobre el QAWAY, que también es conocida como lectura de coca. Es la lectura de coca, es una tradición de queros que casi la mayoría de las personas lo realiza. La lectura de coca es una forma de adivinación que va a utilizar las hojas de la planta de la coca para poder predecir el futuro o ayudarle a su prójimo, a las personas.
Okay. Okay. My brothers and sisters, as I said before, you know, we are speaking about the QAWAY or the coca leaf reading, which is an ancestral tradition in my community that pretty much a lot of people does it. A lot of people practices the coca leaf reading. This is in order to predict, you know, some events in the future, and also or mainly to help, you know, people getting sorted with their problems, is to help people in the community.
Okay, and this first picture we see, Freddie, is there was Papa Don Martin, and then on the right is her father, Guillermo, and her mother, Marcosa. In the right.
In this picture, yes, is Guillermo Marcosa, and then is, I don't know who is the one.
In the previous, you could see a Papa Don Humberto.
Okay, I'll check. Oh yeah, of course, it's Papa Don Humberto. Yes, of course.
Very nice.
Yeah, all of them Qawaq people. Ya, perfecto. Ahora, ¿qué más quieres aumentar? ¿Quieres que pase diapositiva?
Voy a aumentar. También la lectura de coca en queros es practicada, anteriormente eran practicados casi todos en queros saben leer la coca. Por eso es que en queros lo practican de manera diagnosticada en la medicina ancestral de queros o andino.
Perfecto. Okay, so in Eros from the ancient times, pretty much all people does it. All right, so it's very important for them, the coca leaf reading, for their survival, right? Because she says that they can do a lot of diagnosis with that, you know, and then, well, they have more chances to solve, you know, like health problems mainly. Después, mami.
La lectura de la coca es un ritual que está vinculado con el aspecto de la vida.
Yeah, the coca leaf reading, it is linked, you know, to the life of the people in Q'ero Nation.
Eso sería en esta diapositiva.
Ya, okay. Cambiamos.
Sí. Por favor. Ya. Acá les voy a explicar sobre lo que está vinculado a la lectura de la coca en la cosmología andina.
Ya.
Como pueden ver, la hoja de coca que son 3, las cuales están vinculadas con el medio, está vinculado con los dioses, que es el Pacha. El que está a la derecha está vinculado con el Pacha, que son los muertos. Y la cosmovisión que está al lado derecha, que somos nosotros, los seres vivientes, está vinculado, Pacha, está vinculado con nosotros. Por eso siempre cuando hacen el Kintu, siempre llaman a los apus con esito, soplando, como que Fukuriku. Eso.
Okay, so for understanding much about the coca leaf reading, which is part of the cosmovision of the Andean people, then she has a very nice explanation here about the Kintu, okay? These 3 coca leaves that we have at the right side, that's the Kintu. That is an instrument of invocation through the Pukurikui, all right? Which is an Andean medicine tool, you know, for the invocation to Mother Nature, or nature beings. So at the left side, we have the Andean cosmovision, you know, how people thinks about. So in relation to the Kintu, which are the 3 coca leaves, you know, it's related also to these 3 rounds, you know, the 3 aspects, circles, right? So the middle one, the coca leaf, which is in the middle, you know, that represents Tuhanak Pacha, all right, which is the world of gods, which is on top, okay? And then the coca leaf, which is at the right side, okay, the right side, that represents the Ukupacha. Ukupacha, we can read there, like Hukupacha with H, right? That represents the world of the spirits, or the world of the deaf people, right? And then the coca leaf, which is at the left side, that represents the Kaipacha, yeah, we can read that too, which is the world of us, you know, people alive, right? So it is why within the prayers that we do, you know, in the Andean tradition, we always use these 3 coca leaves that represents gods, spirits, and us, right? And that's the Kintu. Jai Mantari, mamá.
Ya. Esta cosmovisión, estas 3 cocas, antes de leer la coca, siempre tienen que hacer estito porque eso les da la fuerza para que puedan leer la coca bien. Si no, no pueden hacerlo, o tal vez pueden fallar. Siempre tienen que invocar a estos 3.
Okay, this is very important. Why we are talking about the Kintu? It's because the coca leaf reader, okay, the coca Qawaq or coca Watok is how we call in Quechua, right? So he has to be, he has to do very good, you know, the prayer or the invocation before he does the coca leaf reading. And he has to connect these 3 worlds, you know, gods, spirits, and human alive. Right, so it's very, very important for Karin Sonqo's viewpoint, the Waharikui, the Pukurikui invocation. It's very, very important for her, you know, before they do the coca leaf reading. Yeah.
And just to elucidate for somebody who might not know, Freddie, you said this beautiful word puhurikui. And the puhurikui is the beautiful little prayer with the breath. Because Quechua is this onomatopoeic language. Puhurikui. It's the breath that comes from your heart when you're putting the prayer onto the Kintu. That is called your puhurikui. That's the invocation that she's talking, that must connect the 3 worlds. Muy bien, Karinita. Excelente. Sigue, mami.
En esta parte eso sería.
Okie doke.
Ahora les voy a explicar sobre la importancia de la coca y cuándo es que apareció. La coca es una planta muy antigua. Es considerada como una planta mística en la época inca, porque sabemos que los incas solo pichaban su coca y todo eso. Y su uso era pues muy extraordinario en esos remontes. En Queros todos pichan coca, no hay alguien que no piche la coca, porque en ahí es sumamente importante para no solo para mirar, sino también para el trabajo, para que les dé más fuerza.
Mhm. Okay, so to get immersed into the information of the coca leaf reading, first we have to understand what is the coca, right? And what is its importance. The coca leaf, it's very, very important in the Andean tradition. Very important. That comes from the Inka time, the Inca kingdom time. It's considered as the mystical plant, the mystical leaf. The usage of that is extraordinary, you know, in many aspects, okay? It is like in Eros, right? They use for the ritualistic purposes and also for their own lives. Like everybody at Keros chews the coca leaves, you know, and works with the alkaloids that this plant has to create more power within them, though they can, you know, they can gain more power to survive in all that altitudes, yeah, and work their farms mainly, right? Después, mami.
Con la coca es que ellos van a hacer la práctica de la lectura de la coca. La coca tiene muchas propiedades que también la coca, con el tamaño de la coca y su forma y la posición de la coca es que van a mirar la coca.
So they will use the coca leaf for the coca leaf reading, of course, yeah. And then you'll depend about the size of the coca leaf, the form of the coca leaf, and the position, you know, how it is, which determines the message that you have to, or you can receive from coca leaves. Sigue, mami.
Ya, eso sería todo de la coca.
Mhm.
Ahora vamos a decir, ¿cómo vamos a realizar la lectura de coca? ¿En qué se puede realizar? Primeramente, la lectura de la coca, la mayoría lo realiza en la unjuña. Como le pueden ver, es la dualidad, el negro y el blanco. En esto, mayormente, lo realizan en la ciudad para mirar la coca. Y el otro tenemos que es el costal. Este
Ya.
costal también es utilizado para la carga de las alpacas. He visto yo en mi familia, en mi tierra más lo utilizan el costal en el campo para mirar la coca antes de hacer el hampi o el carpay. Antes siempre utilizan esto, el costal para mirar la coca, para ver si alguien está enfermo y todo eso. En eso es lo que más realiza y eso sería en el campo más lo utilizan y la unjuña lo utiliza en la ciudad.
Mhm.
Ujú.
Perfecto. Okay, so, well, elements that we use for the coca leaf reading, right? As we can see, there are two, which is the uncuña and the costal. The uncuña, it is a ritualistic weaving, all right? Always, well, it's not always, but in this case, we will see divided in two, which for Karina's information, that is the sacred duality, feminine and masculine, left side and right side. By the way, this uncuña is very nice with the very nice rainbow colors in two ends. Well, this is what she didn't say, but I'm just commenting. Right, the uncuña, well, the coca leaf readers in the city, they use the uncuña for their coca leaf reading, right? In this ritualistic cloth. But as in Eros is very regular, the coca leaf reading, all right, they do always in costal. This is through the experience of her family. all right? Because when they are traveling, this is the costales are kind of bags in which they put their goods, their harvest, right? That's made out of the hair of the llama, right? And the llamas carry it, right? So, well, when they want to see something, when they want to ask to Mama Coca something about their health, future, their pathway, then they will always use the costal, which is the most accessible thing for them, right? So there are these two things that they use for coca leaf reading. You're muted, Elizabeth.
Thanks. The costal is a large bag usually that they carry their potatoes and all the different harvests. Do they also carry coca leaf in the costal? Not necessarily.
Well, the jungle people, yes.
The jungle people will harvest the coca leaf
And they will
you
travel.
carry it in the costal.
They will travel for 1 week or 2 weeks to the highlands to barter their coca leaves with a lot of potatoes or alpaca jerky. This is how the commerce works here.
And
And
the
they use these kind of
uncuña,
bags.
thank you, Freddie. And the uncuña is made with the alpaca fiber, is that right? In the
Oh yeah,
costal.
this is ritualistic.
Yeah.
It's a ritualistic element.
Beautiful uncuña. Ok, sigue, excelente.
Ya. La lectura de coca siempre se tiene que realizar en uno de estos, en uno de esos tejidos. No he visto hasta ahora que lo realicen en cualquier cosa, siempre lo realizan en eso, porque yo pienso que estos tejidos tienen un poder, por eso es que lo realizan en eso.
Mhm. Okay, so according to Karina's experience, there are only 2 elements that they can use for you for coca leaf reading, or you can use in the uncuña or the costal. For her understanding, these 2 cloths are the power cloths for the coca leaf reader. Sigue, mami.
Ya. También tenemos otros más que están en la siguiente diapositiva. Ya. Acá vamos a explicar sobre el acuchi. En el acuchi, la lectura de coca lo realizan las mujeres.
Ya.
Y solo son en la lectura de coca que realizan en la cuchi, solo realizan en la mano para leer la coca como está. He visto en mi tierra que para cualquier cosa, si es para que esté bien o mal a una persona que le mira o viene a mi mamá así, mi mamá siempre agarra el acuchi y empieza a mirar la coca ahí. O sea, no necesita el costal o sino la uncuña, sino en ahí lo hace mi mamá.
Ya.
No solo mi mamá, sino mis tías también en eso lo realizan.
Qué bien. Okay, so the other element that they use for coca leaf reading, it is the acuchi. As you can see there, the acuchi, it is an cloth in which they transport their coca leaves, for chewing. Yeah, they just wrap on this and then they transport. So now, mainly as women uses this, the acuchi, it is also becomes to be the ritualistic cloth for coca leaf reading for a woman, okay? For a woman, so woman, the woman doesn't see the coca leaf same as man, all right? They don't throw to the cloth. They just, have a handful and then they observe, as she said, the size, the form and position of the coca leaves, and then they would see, what they want to see. For example, when Karina's mom receives a visit, you know, or a visitor at home, okay, and she doesn't know what for, though she will see on coca leaves, you know, to be ready, you know, if that person comes with a good purposes or heavy purposes, right? So she will see only by grabbing a handful of coca, and she can be ready then, right? It's not only her mom, also her aunties, they do the same, right? Chaimantari, mami?
Luego está el huayca. El huayca es utilizado por los hombres. Por ejemplo, cuando van a estar de viajes así, llevan el huayca y pueden mirar en cualquier momento, lee la coca dentro de ahí. No necesita una uncuña o sino un costal. Sino en ahí lo mira. En ahí lo hace la lectura de coca. Tanto mi abuelito o mi papá, más los hombres, esto en el huayca hacen la lectura de la coca.
¿Y esta huayca es una bolsa o es un tipo?
Es una bolsita, es una bolsita.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so in case of men, all right, then they will use the huayca. The huayca, it is a bag that they use for transporting their coca leaves when they travel. So when they travel, they will always have consultation to the coca leaves, you know, for whatever action they have to do during their trip. So as they carry the coca leaves there, then they have the chance also to see the coca leaves there, not really needing the uncuña or the costal, right? So it's the huayca that they use on their travels.
Ya.
¿Siguiente o vas a aumentar?
No voy a aumentar. En la uncuña, para llamar a los apus o si no, a la Pachamama para que la lectura de coca salga bien, lo doblan los 4 y empiezan a llamar así. Hampu y así para que los apus le den más fuerza para que puedan mirar, ¿no? La coca. Y en el costal lo doblan en 2 nomás. Y en el suelo nomás lo pone y en ahí nomás hablan con la coca, ahí poniendo la coca. Para eso hacen el Kintu.
Yeah.
Eso.
Uh-huh.
Dentro de eso está el Kintu siempre.
All right, so listen, the invocation is very, very important for them, all right? So how you do your Kintu and your invocation, your prayer that you do for studying your coca leaf reading, right? Yeah, this is very, very important. So if you have the chance to have an uncuña, then what you do, it is just put the coca leaf in the middle and then you just fold it in 4. Right? And then you grab this and then you do your invocation, you do your prayer. But if you don't have an uncuña, then you use a costal, then you grab the coca leaves, all of them, and then you do the prayer, holding it, and then you put in the middle, and then you just fold it in 2, you know, before you start your coca leaf reading. Después, mami.
Ya, con el acuchi, para invocar así a los sapos o la Pachamama, agarran de los 4 bordes y empiezan a llamar también igual. Y esto, mi mamá más lo practica como diciendo el fukurikui.
Ya.
Siempre lo hace. Para mirar la coca. El huayca se agarra de los 2 bordecitos y se llaman los sapos. Y dirán, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre estos 4? La diferencia es que en la uncuña y el costal es más, es para cosas más serias, digamos. Es para problemas que o sea, sí o sí tienen que utilizarlo, por ejemplo, para cualquier enfermedad que quiera hacerle mirar si tiene o no tiene para eso. Mientras que la cuchi y el huayca, en mi pueblo más lo utilizan porque siempre van con estos. Y, por ejemplo, si se encuentra en el cerro con cualquier persona y hay veces la persona le quiere decir, mira, mestito, que mi hijito se ha puesto mal o que mi alpaca no encuentro, no podría decir si puede encontrar o no. Agarran su acuchi y llaman y ya empiezan a mirar y ya pues en ahí se hace más facilidad de mirar y dice sí, sí, sí está o no está.
Yeah. Okay.
Ajá.
So well, we can see the akuchi right there, you know, has very nice tassels in the four corners. So what they do also, they grab from these four tassels, you know, and then they do the prayer for the coca leaf reading. That's another way. This is what her mom practices and makes the pukuriku, you know, just gives the life breath or breathe, the life breathe to the akuchi before she starts reading the coca leaves, right? So she was trying to explain us what is the difference amongst these four cloths that they use for coca leaf reading. You know, we are talking about the uncuña, the costal, the acuchi, and the waija, right? So the first two, you know, the uncuña and costal are used mainly for a serious questions or doubts that you want to know, mainly about health, you know, yeah, very serious ones, right? But the akuchi and the waika are clothes that regularly they have while they are travels, all right? And mainly it's for the soft questions, you know, like if you are traveling in the mountains and you meet with someone and then they will tell you like, you know, I'm looking for my alpacas, they are lost. All right, so can you please coca leaf read for me if I can find it in the right side or left side or in which mountain, you know? So this is quite soft, right? So then is when they use the akuchi and the waika, because this is the most accessible elements that they have while they are travels. And they cannot do a serious coca leaf reading, right? Después,
Ya, en este me faltó el pucucho,
ya,
Ujú.
pucucho.
el pucucho. En el pucucho también se mira la coca. En el pucucho em, también utilizan mujeres y varones, solo que en las fiestas tradicionales de Queros, en ahí sí o sí la mujer tiene que utilizar el que está al cargo, es la mujer y el varón. Y en esto también se realiza igual que en el Huayca, casi similar a eso, se realiza la lectura de la coca.
Mhm.
Ujú.
Yes. Okay, though she forgot to tell us about the pucucho in this part. The pucucho is another bag, but it's not woven, all right? It's a bag which is made out of the skin of the alpacas, baby alpacas and the llamas. I mean, they don't kill to the baby alpacas, of course. It's just like they have natural death and then they take advantage to use the skin of these baby animals for making kind of bags in which regularly they transport the coca leaves for coca leaf chewing. So this is something that has also man and a woman. So they both transport coca leaves there, and they can use as well for a coca leaf reading.
Ujú. Very Sigue Karina.
Ya. En esas diapositivas eso sería todo. Ya. Ahora vamos a ver cómo es que hacen la lectura de la coca.
Mhm.
ya que les expliqué en qué se pueden hacer. Esto lo vamos a ver en un junio. Antes de hacer la lectura de COCA, como les dije, se invoca una oración pidiendo el permiso de la mamá COCA para que ella nos pueda brindar los dones para poder interpretar y tener acceso al oráculo que se abre en el proceso de la lectura de la COCA que va a estar haciendo.
Mhm. So, well, we know which elements we use for the coca leaf reading, yeah? So in this case, now we are getting into the prayer or the invocation in which we ask a permission to the Mama Coca, all right, to the Mama Coca for her to give us the skills in being able to interpretate, you know, what she wants to tell us and be able to get access to the curriculum that is opened right in the process. Sigue, Karinita.
Ya. Como en esta parte vamos a invocarle en la oración pidiendo el permiso de la mamá Coca, ya teniendo la base para poder mirar, lo ponen pues el quinto en la uncuña,
Ya.
para que se pueda realizar la lectura de la coca.
All right.
Y eso seleccionan dependiendo de su tamaño, su forma de la coca.
Yeah.
Ujú.
So
Porque
then, okay, after you do all this prayer and you open the curriculum, right? Though you grab the coca leaves and you put in the middle. Well, then is when, of course, will be depending of the size, the form, and the position of the coca leaves that the coca leaf reader will interpret, you know, or get a message.
Ujú.
Sigue, Karinita.
en la siguiente diapositiva, por favor. Seguidamente, el que va a mirar la coca va a ser una cruz, como diciendo así, en los 4 puntos cardinales. Con la mano, o también lo utilizan la campana. Y dirán, ¿para qué lo utiliza la campana? Para que puedan mirar y puedan tener más sabiduría, ¿no?
Yeah. Okay, then the coca leaf reader, after he does the prayer and after opens the curriculum, after places up the coca leaf at a place in the uncuña, right? They will use also his hand for making a signal of a cross, which her understanding it is to the 4 cardinal points, or they can use also a bell. All right. So you might say, why the bell, right? Because the bell is one of these important healing elements that we have in the Andean tradition, you know, which the healers uses for integration. But in this case, in the coca leaves, it is for getting more power, you know, getting more power for the coca leaf reader. Sigue, mami.
Ya. Ya. La campana, al momento de hacer el soniditos, algunos lo hacen. Por ejemplo, mi abuelita, si para mirar coca, lo hace. La campana lo mueve y empieza a llamar, como en el jaiwarico, algo similar a eso. Y empieza a mirar la coca. Siempre, de cualquier cosa, siempre hacen esto para hacer cualquier ritual en que.
So the bell is very important, like her experience with his or her grandfather, Don Humberto, our master teacher, you know, he always does the invocation, you know, the calling, he says, llamado, invocation, right? With the coca leaf, oh, sorry, with the bell, right? So he does for coca leaf reading, and also he does when he does his hayuaricuy or his ofrenda, right? So it's very accustomed in Queros. Sigue, Karinita.
Siguiente diapositiva. Como pueden ver ahí en la cuña que está la coca, ya la selecciona las cocas, ya la abierto. Y la persona asistente a la lectura de coca debe colocar una moneda. Siempre se coloca una moneda al medio de cita. Porque si no, dice la coca, no lee. Y por eso siempre que colocan una moneda. En mi familia también colocan, sí, siempre lo colocan, hasta donde he visto, lo colocan dinero. Lo primero que ponen es dinero. Y ahí hacen pues se persignan y ya, con la monedita.
All right. Okay, so once is open the curriculum, all right, the person who assists to the coca leaf reading, he must, you know, put a coin, you know, in the side of the coca leaf. This procedure, it is known as mesada, right? And it is very important because they say that, oh, there is this belief that if you don't put a coin, then the coca leaf won't tell you anything, right? Yeah, it's
So Freddie, you're talking about the client, the person who's asking for the
exactly.
reading. Yes.
Yes,
So they have to put their money down, their Ainy. Is that right?
that's
have
what
to be
means
following-
mesada. That's
Okay.
what, yeah, the Ainy. Mesada is in español. That
Okay,
should be Ainy,
mesada.
you're right. Yeah,
Yeah, Ainy. Okay, so that's their Ainy. So they are giving something to receive the coca leaf reading. This is
exactly.
the law of Ainy. Okay.
Sigue, Karinita.
Ya. Ahora les voy a contar un poquito, una anécdota sobre lo que sobre lo que la coca significa. Hay cocas que vienen así medio arrugaditos, doblados en dos.
Ya.
Éxito, por lo que he visto, significa muerte.
Oh, my
Y
God.
cuando he visto que mi mamá así, y es verdad porque lo predicen, porque después de una semana así, la persona, por ejemplo, mi abuelito, cuando se fue de viaje de mi mamá, su papá, mi mamá preocupada estaba mirando la coca y le apareció una coca así doblada. Y mi mamá preocupada empezó a llorar y dijo, mi papá ya no está. Y después de unos momentos, en verdad no estaba ya. Nos dijo que falleció.
Wow.
Y empezaron a mirar la coca, mi papá en su costal, y la coca salió volando. Y también eso significa muerte cuando sale así, volando, se va al otro lado de la vía.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there are some experiences that she has with the coca leaf reading within her family, right? So there are forms that the coca leaf has, you know, when you just receive it, you buy it, right? So there are coca leaves that are folded in two, you know, which for them means a death, all right? So once a time, you know, when her mom's father went for a trip, you know, and her grandmom was checking the coca leaves, and suddenly, you know, she saw this coca leaf which was folded in two, and then she started to cry, and she said, like, yeah, well, something not nice will happen, which have to be with the death. Or but then they knew that her granddad has passed away, you know, And then when her dad started to see, to read the coca leaves, and he got his costal, and suddenly, the coca leaf went out, flying away. So that is also the meaning of death, right? So this is how the coca leaf says the truth.
And then they found out that he had in fact died, right? Then.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm.
Sigue, Karinita.
Ya. Como les conté esta anécdota, estas cocas que les dije que sale medio doblados, más sale en el ¿cómo se llama? En el acuchi y en el huayca, porque en ahí está toditita las cocas, mientras que en la uncuña y el todos son seleccionados las cocas, ¿no? Las cocas biencitas nomás.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this kind of coca leaves that represents death, you can only find in the Akuchi and Waika, because those bags are where you take your regular coca leaves for chewing. So you don't really care about the form or the size, you just put it all. In case of the Uncuña and the Costal, then you can see that kind of symbolisms there, because what you put in there is only selected coca leaves, right? Sigue, Karinita.
Ya, como en la uncuña y y en el costal, como las cocas son seleccionadas, es donde sale volando la coca.
All right.
Ajá.
Okay, then what you can see, the symbolism of death in the Uncuña and Costal, it is when the coca leaf, goes out flying. So there are two forms how you can see the death there. Like, the coca leaf fold in two, which you find in the Akuchi and Waika, or the coca leaf that flies out, which is in the Uncuña and Costal.
Sigue, Karinita.
Ya.
Sigue, Karina.
Ya, por lo que he visto cuando hacen la lectura de la coca, como las cocas ya están todos así seleccionaditos,
Yeah.
empiezan a mirar y hay veces las cocas se voltean, ¿no? Se voltean así todo. Eso por lo que mi abuelito así predice o mira, es porque algo anda mal o no está bien. Cuando está la coca así todo en su normalidad,
Yeah.
es porque está bien. O cuando viene una coca que está volteado hacia ti, es porque vas a estar triste, dice. Y si va a estar al otro ladito, es porque vas a estar bien, feliz, contento. Eso.
All right. Okay, so in the Uncuña and the Costal, as you have all selected coca leaves for coca leaf reading, right? When you throw the coca leaves and one of or two of the coca leaves turns upside down, then that means that there is a serious trouble, okay? There is a problem, in whatever you are trying to know. Now, if all of them comes all lined and then it's not facing, not even to the right or left side, all lined, then everything is perfect, it's all right. Coca leaves explains that everything is smooth. But if the coca leaves, you know, turns facing you, then means that you are going to be sad. And the coca leaf arrives facing to the opposite side of you, that means that you will be happy. So this is the experiences that she saw, you know, when her grandfather reads the coca leaves. Sigue, mami.
Ya. Para realizar la lectura de la coca, dirán quiénes lo pueden realizar, cualquiera persona o no. Para realizar, tenemos que hacer el carpay o si no el jampicuy. Porque si no, no puedes mirar la coca así nomás. En mi tierra todos siempre se cura, ¿no? Antes de hacer cualquier cosa. Es sumamente importante que hagas el carpa y esas cosas para que puedas tener estos dones de mirar así. Y cada año debe servir a él para que te dé la sabiduría para que puedas mirar.
Okay. Okay, so not a random people can be a coca leaf reader, okay? So there are several ceremonies that you have to follow before you commit to do it. The first one is the Hampikuy, of course, Hampikuy or the Karpai. Okay, Karpai, it is the initiation for that activity, right? Karpai. You have to receive that, you know, and then you have to start with the activity, of course, has a process. And every year, then you have to renew that power with a Karpai, right? Sigue, Karinita.
Si es que no realizas estos rituales que debes de realizar antes de mirar la coca, ¿sí? La coca ya no vas a poder ya leer la coca, porque yo vi en mi mamá una fecha que lo que miraba no era, pues, o sea, no miraba bien porque no estaba sirviendo bien a lo que tenía que servirle, hacer los rituales bien y todo eso. Le ocurrió una fecha y luego después empezó a hacer pues todo esto, los rituales así. Y ya, ahora sí, ya todo está bien. Por eso es que siempre estar ahí con eso. No es que algunos hay veces que se descuidan, ¿no? Se olvidan, será en el campo que se olvidan, pero se olvidan. Más están en sus animales, en eso. Y se olvidan de ellos mismos, hacen rituales para sus animales, para su chakra, ¿sí? A veces en el campo se olvidan de eso. Y ya, a veces no leen la coca así bien, como dicen, ¿no? Por eso es que debes, antes de mirar la coca, debes realizar los rituales necesarios para leer la coca bien.
Okay, so it's very important for each person who commits to be a coca leaf reader to be very consequent with the protocols, right? They have to receive the karpai and they have to be consequent on practicing the Ainy or the sacred reciprocity, feeding to the wisdom, right? So this is what it's very important for them. Her experience with her mom is the fact that she saw that when her coca leaf reading wasn't good, all right, wasn't the truth. So it's because she forgot to feed the wisdom, practice the reciprocity with it, right? Then she started to renew the power and feed to the wisdom, and then her coca leaf reading was even better, right? So it's very important to be consequent with, you know, all the protocols of the coca leaf reader or coca Qawaq. You have to practice the Ainy and you have to do your renewal every year. So it's very, very important to do that. Sigue, Karinita.
Ya, con eso terminamos sobre la lectura de la coca.
Okay. So with this, we are finishing with the exposition of the coca leaf reading.
Ahora les voy a decir un poquito más sobre los usos medicinales que tiene la coca.
Ya. Sigue, mami.
Anteriormente
mami.
sí, anteriormente la coca se usaba para calmar dolores agudos. Ahora también o sea, se utiliza, tiene usos medicinales en el campo. Como bien sabe, en el campo no hay un hospital, sino una posta, algo que puedan acudir, ¿no? Y la coca es lo único que a veces tienen las personas para poder curarse. Para la fiebre, así, la coca es muy bueno porque en el campo las personas hacen muchas cosas y tienen muchas fuerzas porque siempre están consumiendo la coca.
Mm.
En cualquier momento siempre consumen. Después del desayuno, después del almuerzo, después de la cena, siempre con la coca no manda.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, since we finished speaking about the ritualistic usage of the coca leaf, well, we come and we will complete that information giving you the medicinal effects of the coca leaves. Like in the community of Keros, there is no a doctor, there is no a medicinal post or a hospital, nothing like that. So they have to treat mainly with the medicinal plants. In this case, is the coca leaf within it. It's a great pain reliever, for example, right? And also it is antipyretic, like reduces fever, right? And also has particular alkaloids that gains your power, right? Makes you work more, right? So this is three of the most important, I mean, the three most important aspects of the coca leaves. Sigue, Karinita.
Ya. La coca, además, digamos, sumamente importante en el campo. Tal vez en la ciudad no hay personas que pichen coca, así, pero en el campo, en el Queros, las personas que solo viven de la coca. Aunque sea, podrían estar sin alimentarse, pero sin la coca no pueden estar. Ellos viven con la coca en sí.
Right. Okay, so it's very important in the Andean life, mainly in the farmer's life, is vital. It's very important, the coca leaf, right? This is an activity that they do after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, by the way, right? They could skip lunch or dinner, but they cannot skip the coca leaf, right? It's very important for them, very, very important. Perhaps not in the city, but in the Andean life, it's very important. Sigue, Karinita.
Como finalizando el tema de la lectura de la coca, les puedo decir que la lectura de coca que se van a realizar o han visto que realizan es sumamente importante para cualquier comienzo, ¿no? Para que se hagan el carpa o la iniciación, siempre tienen que mirar su estado en la coca.
Yeah.
Para que así puedan tal vez hacer ofrendas para que todo esté bien. Siempre la lectura de la coca es importante para cualquier cosa.
Karina feels, well, to finish with this, our exposition of coca leaf reading, she thinks that it's very, very important, the coca leaf reading, you know, in the tradition, and should be very important for all of us before we start an activity, all right? Before we start doing something, though, the coca leaf will warn you, will tell you the truth, you know, how you will do. You know, it's also very good in terms of initiations, like, you know, like if you want to receive a karpa or an initiation in the Andean tradition, it's very important to see your health state. You know, you have to be well, all right, or what you need to do. Coca leaf always will suggest you what to do. It's very important, you know, to also change the direction of your pathway, you know, with offerings, with haiwarikui, with offerings, you know, with this, and the coca leaf always will tell you what to do. So for Karina, feels that the coca leaf reading is very important, as it is important in Quero, should be very important for everyone. Thank you very much. Gracias, Karinita.
Muchas gracias.
Muy bien, Karina, excelente. Beautiful presentation, Karina. Very, very, very complete, very
Muy
thorough.
bonito, Karina. Very, very beautiful.
Excellent, excellent.
Muy completo.
¿Tienes tiempo
Excelente.
para preguntas? ¿Algunas preguntas? ¿Tienes tiempo,
Sí.
Karina? Okay.
Sí.
Do we have any questions, guys? We've just been learning this in the advanced class with Denise at the second year, where we really focus on COCA Qawaq in the second year. So it's so perfect to have this presentation today. A question, Aneta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please.
So when the coin or la moneda, so the money is placed aside in order to perform the Ainy, this is usually when one does a reading for someone else. But if, for instance, on the spot, Karina's family or other people in Quero want to know where the alpaca went or if they should go home because bad weather is coming, are they also placing a moneda?
Karinita, la moneda que se pone al costado es cuando se hace la lectura de coca para un cliente y también se pone la moneda cuando haces la lectura de coca para cuestión familiar. Siempre tiene que ir la moneda.
Siempre va la moneda, no falta.
Always, yes, always.
Ya sea familia o lo que sea, la moneda siempre está ahí.
Okay.
Yeah, the coin should be there always.
Gracias.
Yes, Birgit.
Can I ask what kind of prayer goes into the Kintu? What they actually say when they pray?
Karinita, ¿qué tipo de oración va para la lectura de coca?
Es como hacen el... como en el Jaiwarika, algo similar a eso es.
Perfecto.
Siempre invocan a la
Perfecto.
Pachamama, a los sapus y todo eso.
Perfecto.
Ajá.
So, yeah, it is the same as in the Jaiwarikui. It is a Waharikui, you know, oriented to the powers of Pachamama, your nature beings, yeah, to the apus, right?
And how they further defined it in our advanced class is that it is the Rualcuna, your Rualcuna, who are speaking through the coca leaf. So you must invoke your Rualcuna in your Waharikui. And also the beautiful words spoken to the Mama Coca herself. As
Thank you.
Denise.
I'm just wondering if you're learning to be a coca leaf reader.
¿Estás deseando alguna vez ser coca Qawaq, Karinita? La verdad.
Si me dan, si se me da la oportunidad, normal.
Yeah, if the chance is given, she will accept it.
Very cool.
¿Has recibido tu primera carpa?
Sí.
Ah. ¿Cuál carpa es? Carpa Ay.
¿Cuál de los carpay has recibido? ¿Has recibido el Ainy carpay o ya estás en el Moscow carpay?
En el Ainy nomás.
Ajá, she's only the Ainy carpay.
2010 o 11 creo que era. realizado en Charcapata,
Ujú.
en Huixcococha.
Ajá.
Ajá.
Before
Sí,
your
lo
trip.
hizo, claro, lo hizo su carpay en una laguna en Charcapata.
Mm,
So, Ainy carpay, sí. She made the first carpay, the Ainy carpay, in a lagoon at Charcapata, which is a community composes the Quero Nation.
So she said when she, in 2010 or 2011,
Thanks.
so that would be right before her trip, when she came to Hawaii to live in our house.
Possibly that was for the trip, Elizabeth.
Could possibly have been for that.
Yeah. That was a big event for them. They were so excited.
Very good. So she received her first carpa, and so she still has her other
Yeah.
carpa to go.
I think she's right now is in the age of she willing to have the following carpais, because now it's up to her. It's not up to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She
choice.
feels mature enough. Yeah. Gracias, Karinita.
But
Estaba muy
remember her,
bonito.
super lindo, Karinita. Remember that Papa Don Humberto said he gave her a yachay carpa, a studying carpa,
Yeah, yeah.
so that she would do well in school. And she's aced all her school. She's straight A student. Yeah. She's done amazing. Amazing. Okay, any other questions before we finish? Very, very beautiful, Karinita. I love your combination of the information with your personal experiences.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, very wonderful.
Gracias, Karinita.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank
Muy
you,
amable.
Pichai.
Muchas
Gracias,
gracias.
Karina.
Muy interesante.
Right, thanks everyone for coming. And thank you for those of you who've already donated to our Quero Youth Program. Thank you so much. And anybody that wants to offer something, if you received something, give something back for the kids. It helps them continue their English classes. And pretty soon, all of these presentations, they'll do them in English. They're working up to that. So they can be direct translators for their own tradition. This is our goal. Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Good
everyone.
luck.
Good
Thank
luck.
you so much.
Mucha suerte, mucha suerte. Gracias. Añay, Panay, Sumaq.
Mhm.